We are back with yet another session of our groundbreaking TV magazine show, Global Connections. Global Connections is all about Namibia's relationships with the global community. This week we look at our favorite segment, which is the educational collaboration, where we interview students about their experiences on the exchange student program. My name is Elizabeth Mbambi, and here are our Global Connections. Standing with me is Ms. Edith Gadises. She's a student at the University of Namibia. She was also part of the exchange student program, and we're going to hear more from her about her experience and how she's doing. Edith, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm okay. Who is Edith? Can you tell us more about yourself?
Edith is a second-year business student at the University of Namibia, 20 years old.
That's basically it. Yeah, I can see how are the preps for the exams? How is it going?
For me, it's a bit challenging because I already wrote exams in Germany. Now I came back. Now I have to write exams again. So it's a bit hectic, but I think I'm good now.
Can't you be exempted?
That's actually what I'm fighting.
So you go right, but is it for the same module?
Yeah, it's like for I think 3 of the modules that I want to get exempted.
Or 3 modules that you already wrote exams and you already passed.
Yes.
Okay, so while we are talking about exams and we are talking about Germany, we want to know, Edith, where were you? How did you become part of the exchange student program? How did you apply? How were you chosen? We just want to know those details.
So basically, I saw an ad on the UNAM portal and then I sent it to my sister. Then I asked her, should I apply? Then she was like, just try. I think it was like the day before it was due. Then I applied, and because they asked for like your transcript, your grade 12, and grade 11, yeah, and your CV and motivational paper.
So it's safe to say that you are A student, A plus student. Since they wanted your transcript and they wanted your result. I wanted to know that for you to qualify for the exchange student program, what is it that you need to do? Or are there certain requirements for you to qualify?
You need to have a good academic achievement. You need to have good grades.
Good grades.
Yes.
No wonder I was never part of the exchange student program. I'm kidding, but I don't think I would have competed at that level of like in ever 80. You need to have 80% class pass rate. But I think I would have tried.
I don't really think it's more about the grades, but it also plays a big role because you can't really send someone because we're representing the institution, so we fulfill that size.
So what you wanted to say is you can't say somebody to go embarrass you. They embarrass the institution. So how does it feel? Because I always say when I talk to exchange students, when we have a chat with them, I always say that if you go on this exchange student program, you're basically an ambassador, not only for the university, not only for the institution where you are studying, but you are an ambassador for your country. So how did it feel introducing yourself in Germany as my name is Edith, right?
Yeah.
My name is Edith and I'm from Namibia. How did people react?
It's actually really funny because I'm like friends with the girls that I met, and they were like, some of them were like, who's the first person seen? Or like I had braids in, so like they were touching my hair. They were like, I've never seen braids before. And I have my bonnet on, like in the apartment, and they're like, what is that? Like,
so they were amazed.
Yeah.
That's why it's very important to travel. That's why we have this type of programs to encourage the people to come, to not only go travel to Germany or other countries, but for other students from the international students to also come to Namibia, so they can see that it's not so that they can also have knowledge about what's happening in other countries, the cultures and everything. Speaking of culture, is there something specific that you've learned during, something that stood out for you during your stay in Germany?
Most definitely like the punctuality. Those people are like strict about time management.
There's
If
no
they say-
African time.
No. Is it if they say 10, it's 10.
Okay.
Not 1 minute past 10, 2 minutes 10.
I think I will have
Almost
a
like-
lot of fights.
Almost like got annoying to some point where I was like, literally, if someone says they're gonna come pick you up at 9, it's 9, and you have to be ready.
So you had to learn something new.
Yeah.
You had to learn something. Do they like traveling? What did you do there? How was your experience?
My experience was really amazing. Like, luckily, I met like amazing people, and like I lived in Ravensburg, which is like in the southern district. So you can take a train anyway. You can take a train to Switzerland, to Austria. It's like flexible. You can just, so we spend like most of our time traveling.
That's interesting. I want you to hold it or keep the thought, and we'll be back. After this we'll hear more about Edith's experience and how it was there in Germany. Now back with Edith again. She's gonna continue telling us about her experience on this exchange student program while she was in Germany. Now we're gonna ask her about the school. We wanna know about the classes and the schools for interest sake. Edith, how was the classes and how is the educational system there compared to our system here in Namibia?
Okay, so I was at behavior, and we had like a lecture plan. So I would have like my classes were like divided. So I would have like two, like on Monday and Tuesday, classes for like 8 hours. Each lecture is 8 hours, and then the next day it's like lectures for 4 hours. So like for example, in like our 8-hour lecture, we have presentations, we take quizzes, and the lecture just like speeches, and we have like breaks, 15-minute break.
I don't want to say a rumor because it was mentioned before on the program on Global Connections when I interviewed a few exchange students from Germany. This is the thing that stood out for them is the fact that in Germany you don't have assessments to qualify for the exams. You just go straight to you just start writing exams.
Yes.
You know, when it's time for exams. While in Namibia, you're gonna have to do assignments, writers, quizzes, class attendance before you can qualify for the exams. Was it the case with you as well?
No, like basically how it worked was like if you're in a class and the lecturer gives you like an assignment, there's no exam. If there's no test, no assignment, you have to write like a written.
So, what do you think? Is the system easier compared to Namibia, or is it bittersweet, or there's nothing easy when it comes to academic?
From my perspective,
Or it's easier like that?
for me, the education system is easy.
Yeah, because I mean, it's giving everybody a chance to pass or to put in effort instead of stopping a few students from writing exams. I think I would have preferred that. But I'm also somebody that I think I need that revision. I also need those assessments for me to go write exams. I don't want to be.
But like the good thing is like they study for 3 months, and then they do internship for 3 months with like the partnering companies. So I think that's awesome because you don't go look for the job, like the company looks for you. So you basically have working experience and you're getting a degree.
Wow, so it's not only about you having your papers, you also have working experience. So you have a few working experience on your CV right now.
No, actually I didn't work
You didn't work.
because I was only like 3 months, and so it was only like lectures and
Only lecture and exam.
yeah.
But I can see that you enjoy Germany, and one thing that I want to know is what did it do to you? Did it change you as a person? Are you a different person when you came back, did you have a different mindset? What do you think? Like, did it do something to you as a person?
I feel like it most definitely changed me because I feel like if I came back, the same Edith that left, something, I didn't do something right. So I feel like I definitely changed because I was around like good people, good energy. I learned things from me. So,
and I mean, you also learned to be on time. I hope you really learned to be on time. That you're still not struggling with time. I mean, you were there for 3 months, and I'm sure that could have, like, that should have done something to you, or that should have changed your mindset when it comes to time. Now, for other students that we interview here, they say that life is a bit slow there here in Namibia. That you don't always have to be fast. You don't always need to be on time. You don't always need to be punctual. Like, and you're allowed to be human. I believe that if you are late sometimes, in as much as African time is not always a good thing, but you are also allowed to be human, and you don't have a lot of pressure most of the time. So, do you think that it was life is really fast that side?
Yes, it's fast because everyone minds their business. People just move. They don't like look around, and which is a good and a bad thing. But I feel like they're very professional, and then during the weekend they can enjoy themselves.
So they kind of have that balance.
Yes.
That when it comes to work, you need to work, and when it comes to being professional, you need to be professional, which I believe is really a good thing. Edith, is there any final remarks that you would like to say to the viewers, or make to the viewers, or tell somebody anything, or anybody? So, I
would like to encourage you guys to apply. If you see an opportunity, just apply. Don't doubt yourself. Just go for it because you never know.
You never know.
Yeah.
You never know. Before we go, I like doing this. Before we go, are there any words that you've learned in German? I feel like on these global connections, I'm gonna learn many languages, and I don't want you to leave without teaching me something. I mean, you were out, so you need to bring something back.
It's like a saying, "Wie bist du?"
Wie bist du?
Yes.
What does that mean?
How old are you?
Oh, how old are you?
Yeah.
Wie bist du?
Yeah.
Wie
bist du?
Wie bist du? How old are you? Okay, I'm gonna keep that in mind. I'm taking notes, eh? I'm taking notes. How do you say hi? No, it's okay. It's okay. No, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. How did you forget? It's easy to forget.
I think it's to say hello.
Like, oh, just hello.
Yeah.
sorry to put you on the spot, but I was supposed to ask you, how far did you go when you started jumping?
I only did jumping for like beginner's partner.
So, no, you know what? We're gonna stick at Via Boston. Via Bistro. Okay, thank you so much, Edith. It was really nice having you, and I hope really that you took something from the exchange student program. And I don't know if you feel like you're gonna go back. Most people say that when they come to Namibia, they're like, I want to stay in Namibia, and the ones that go to Germany, I'm applying, I'm working hard to go back because I met some amazing people, and I feel like this is where I don't know how to feel about that.
Most definitely, I would like to go back because I made so many friends, and like they're like, "You come to Norway," like so.
Plus, you've been in Namibia your whole life. I mean,
Exactly.
It's good to go, even for 5-10 years. Thank you so much, Edith. It was really nice having you. Thank you. We are doing it again, and I am standing with one of the exchange students, or one of the students that went on the exchange program to the Czech Republic, and his name is Heikki. So he's gonna give us more. He's gonna tell us more about his experience and how it was, what he has learned from the whole exchange program. So Heikki, over to you. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm okay. So Heikki, can you tell us more about yourself? Who is Heikki? People would like to know who Heikki is.
Okay. Most of the people, especially my friends, call me Dana, but I'm Heikki Nambola, or Spaseni. I'm a fourth-year student doing politics, and this is my final year. Yeah, that's basically what.
So, how did you get to be part of the exchange student program? How did you hear about it? Were you always aware of the fact that we have such people have such programs at the University of Namibia, or did somebody tell you about it? And how did you apply? We just want to know how it works, because we believe that there are students that are watching and they would like to know how they can be part. We just want this thing to be known. People need to know that they can travel and they can be part of the exchange program. So how did you become part of that?
Okay, well, for me, it came as a surprise. I wasn't really aware that there was like such things as like exchange programs.
Yeah.
So there was this other day, my lecturer kind of like dropped the link on the WhatsApp group, and he was asking us to apply. So I didn't seem so interested till one of my friends tried to apply, but she didn't have a passport. So she was like, "Hey, I don't have a passport, maybe just give it a shot." And I was like, "Oh, I have my passport already, let me do it." Okay, then I did. Then I think like a few weeks later, I got like an email from the University of Edith, and also they called me on WhatsApp, and yeah, they said I was nominated. I'm not really sure how the nomination went, because we were the first group then, so I'm not really sure how the procedures and the criteria were, but I'm sure they looked at the reports as well, because of course you can just choose mediocre. I don't want to go through
I know.
but yeah, but of course you have to do well in your academics in order for you to be nominated. And the good part is that I really don't think they discriminate. They really just choose from a variety of ethnic groups, yeah, so to say. Yeah, something like that. So I was nominated.
Because when I spoke to some exchange students, or some of the students that went to represent the institution and to represent Namibia, because I call them, I call your group of students, the people that went on the exchange program, as the ambassadors of not only the University of Namibia, but also ambassadors of Namibia. So for me, when I spoke to a few of them, they said that they looked at the academic record. So one of the requirements had to be that you need to have a 60% pass average for you to be part of the program. So hearing you saying that they definitely look at the academic record, I think that really makes so much sense. And we're coming to my favorite part. How was your experience? What did you do? Did you have fun? Because and as much as it's something that as much as you are going on this program, and you're going to as much as it's academically, but we also like the fun aspect. How was your experience? Did you have fun? We want to know.
Well, that's actually one of my favorite aspects too. The fun started here when we were on the process of doing the visa thing, getting our documents in order, traveling to SA, coming back. It was really a whole lot of experience. And yeah, I mean, the other day when you had to go get a flight, we were so excited, and yeah. Unfortunately, later we kind of missed the flight, so I think that was just part of the process. So I guess it was really fun also, because the following day we got to fly, and it was a whole lot of experience. So getting to Czech Republic, okay, before that, because we went via the Germany, not sure how to call it, but yeah, getting to Germany, and it was so cold. It felt like somebody just, I don't know, opened the fridge in front of me, and yeah, it was really fun. And getting to the Czech Republic, of course, we had so many things to figure out before you get started with everything. So things like transport and You know, we're getting a little bit lost here and there. But yeah, we got a hang of it. And one thing I realized about the Czech people is that you really have to be on time with this like African thing whereby let me say for instance somebody says no, let's meet 10 o'clock and you come maybe 10 past 10 something like this. You will miss the opportunity, you miss a lot of opportunities. So you really have to be on time. Otherwise it was really fun because there's so much adventure. We went mountain hiking, we went to the forest, me and my buddy. And he showed us around. He really like wants a cool guy. Like he's a cool guy, not once, but he's a cool guy. And campus is fun because it's like so many people and the diversity and the campus is like so good. You get to interact with so many people. Like in my life, I never even thought of meet like a Spanish person or some other people from that side. But yeah, it was really fun. And you know, languages we kinda somehow we had to kinda like learn a few Czech stuff and Spanish because I used to kind of Spanish people. So yeah, I mean it was really fun. It was a whole lot of experience. Yeah,
I'm glad you had fun, and I'm glad I'm glad that you mentioned that the fun started when you during the process when you were applying for the visa and you getting all your paperwork together. So you were actually looking for, and in as much as you were not interested in the beginning at first, but then at the end of the day, it seemed like you really have fun. So it is really important to try out new things. And I can see that, you know, it did you well because it did you good because you even mentioned that you had to learn about time. Yeah, like you mentioned also earlier that here in Africa we think about African time, and there you will lose out on opportunities. And I think this is one of the things that we really need to work on as Africans, and there is time. But yeah, we'll get there. I think the more we travel, the more we work on these exchange programs, the more we get to know the other people's mindsets and how people work in other countries. And I think when we mix it up a bit, then we won't only have a seat with African time, we'll also know a thing or two from other countries. So did you make friends, and are you planning to go back, or are you fine here?
Yeah, I made a few friends that I'm still in contact with. My plan is of course to go as good as like, yeah, I wanna as soon as I'm done with maybe 3, I want to do my masters and check. Yeah, I mean it's just really interesting. I'm looking forward.
So you are willing to go back. You are looking forward to go back. Go out there and have fun and explore the world. You know, explore, travel, be adventurous. You're still young. That's what I always tell people, that you're still young. Go out there and have fun. Do you have any final remarks?
Final remarks to my fellow students perhaps. Yeah, so guys, I know a lot of people look at these opportunities and be like, yeah, they just pick and choose, they only do this, no, I'm not eligible. But actually it's open to everybody. It's not only they don't have favorites, or they don't choose, pick and choose. You just have to like really do good in your academics and take up as much opportunities as you get. It may not be this one, but as long as my advice is that like Europe is the best place to be. So work as hard so that you know you don't struggle getting the opportunities. Guys, go out there. It's fun. It's really a whole lot of exposure, and you know, I don't think you know exposure if you like never stepped out of the country. I really feel like you out there, you will not be the same person.
So I heard from the other student whom I've interviewed that you'll never be the same person, and I'm glad that you've given that advice. Thank you so much, Heike. It was really nice talking to you. It was really nice chatting to you, and you know, continue being an inspiration to your fellow students. And I hope it worked out well for you, and hopefully we'll have one final chat before you leave the country. It was really nice talking to you. Thank you.